Hey guys, welcome to Mad Scientist BBQ. I'm Jeremy Yoder, and today I'm going to be answering some of your questions, and I'm going to be unboxing some stuff that you sent to my P.O Box. All right, first we have Brian Larrabee. He says, what caliber rifle did you pick for elk hunting? So if you're watching this on the day that the video comes out, I will still be in the mountains in Colorado, hopefully with an elk that I'm packing out. But to answer the question, I have a .270 Winchester. So at first, when I was looking for a rifle, I thought, I'm going to get the biggest, Magnum caliber. But then I got some good advice, and that advice was simple. It was get something that doesn't have a ton of recoil, because then you'll shoot it more. It'll be more inexpensive to shoot, and because you'll shoot it more and it's going to be inexpensive, you're going to get a lot better. And so I thought, okay, even though I don't like that idea, I know it actually makes sense. So that's what I got. So my understanding, though I'm no expert, is that a .270 is kind of on the lower end of what you'd want to use for elk, but still a capable elk round. And so I've been shooting it a whole bunch, practicing all the time, and I've gotten a lot better. And we'll see if I've gotten good enough when I come back from this trip. Jeff D says, how often do you use your pellet grill, and what makes you decide to use it when you do? Well, I used to have a pellet smoker, and I really liked it, to be completely fair. I thought it was great. I had a Pits and Spits Maverick 1250. It was a great pellet smoker. I can't really say enough good things about the craftsmanship and how sturdy it is. It's amazing. I'll do a story time maybe about how I proved the sturdiness of that thing, which was not smooth, but it was basically me being an idiot, and I dropped it off of a truck and it was totally fine. So it tells you how well built those things are. When I moved from California to Kentucky, I couldn't bring it with me, and now it's with somebody who's going to get a lot more use out of it than I was. But when I did have it in my possession, I would use it basically to finish cooks. So if I was cooking something and I wrapped it, then I thought, well, there's no more flavor that I'm going to be putting on it. I can just go dial in the temperature and go use it. I would use it for that a lot. And then I would also use it for really quick cooks. So rather than having to build a fire and get a good coal bed and then get everything really consistent, you could turn it on and it is ready to rock and roll right away. So if I was cooking chicken, or if you take out like the little trap door, you can use it to grill steaks or burgers or whatever you want. Essentially, I would use the pellet smoker when it was too inconvenient to use other kinds of smokers. John G asks, what's your favorite brand of peach paper and why? I have absolutely no idea what brand of butcher paper is my favorite. I've never noticed the difference from one brand to another. I just simply buy it in bulk. So 1,000 feet per roll, I'll get, I don't know, 8 or 10 rolls at a time. I just get the big industrial size because I go through a lot of it. And for that reason, I need a stockpile. Now, for most people, that would be overkill to get 10,000 feet of butcher paper. I mean, it's basically 2 miles of butcher paper. For most people, it's totally ridiculous and unnecessary. For me, it's totally worthwhile. Now, if you're looking for butcher paper, I'll try and find some and put a link in the description. So if you can't find it locally, which I remember the last time I was in Louisville, it was incredibly difficult to find any locally. So I just had to improvise, and I think I ended up using a paper grocery bag instead of butcher paper, which is not ideal, but it worked. It actually worked really well. And yeah, I'll just put a link in the description if you want to go check it out. Click on the link and it'll take you to some butcher paper that works well, that I've used before. Next, the Rhino asks, Austin, huh? You going on JRE? No, I'm not going to go on Rogans podcast. I definitely would not say no. I think I'd have to, get a much bigger following before I'd be invited on. But if I did go on, I would definitely bring him some barbecue and then try my best to convince him that Traegers are not the best way to cook meat in the whole world. But if he wants to use them, that's fine. Lots of great barbecue has been made on Traegers. I'm not going to hate him for it, but I would like to see him cook meat with a real fire. And I would imagine that with him living in Austin now, he would eat some real barbecue and then maybe see the light and understand that, offset smokers are the king of flavor, and there's a reason why all the places in Austin burn real fires in offset smokers and make amazing barbecue. Christian R, what's your opinion on reverse flow smokers? I think that reverse flow smokers are an absolutely great idea if your smoker is small. Once you start getting kind of bigger than 250 gallon, then they just don't draw very well. It's just so hard to get them to draw well because the smoke has to go underneath and then back and over, and it's just tough to get it to work. I think a 500 is probably the largest size that you could use. I've heard that there are 1,000-gallon reverse flows somewhere. Don't really know anything about it, but in my experience, reverse flows are great when they're small, and then when they get to about a 500 size, they become difficult to use. So, if you have a backyard smoker and you're trying to decide between reverse flow and traditional flow, both are really good choices. If you want to maximize your cooking space, then reverse flow is probably the way to go. If you want to make sure that it will draw no matter what, then traditional flow is the way to go. Most of the time, I would say, for the average backyard cook, a reverse flow is probably the correct choice. But, I mean, it's like a 60-40. So maybe for 60% of people, reverse flow is the right choice. For 40%, the traditional flow. Or maybe it's the opposite. I don't know. But I think it's a great option. If you want to use that kind of smoker, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I would pay more attention to the quality of the smoker rather than the specific design when it comes between choosing traditional or reverse flow. How did you move your smokers? Well, here's the thing. I moved my 500-gallon pit by driving it across the country. My Brazos, I stuck in the storage pod thing that came across the country. And the other smokers, I let other people use, simply because I didn't have space to bring them. If there were a better way that didn't cost me tons of money, I probably would have brought, you know, a pack of smokers with me, but it just wasn't feasible for the situation that we were in at the time. So I guess the short answer is I brought my PK grill, I brought my Brazos, and I brought my 500, and everything else is still in California. Rick Couches asks, your thoughts on insulated or non-insulated cabinet smokers? In my experience with cabinet smokers, they've all been insulated, and they are extremely efficient. My guess is if you had a non-insulated cabinet smoker, what would end up happening is you'd just be less efficient than if it were insulated. I don't know that you would have big differences in flavor or the quality of like the moisture in the meat or anything like that. I don't know that it would really cook differently, except it would definitely use more fuel. So my thought would be, even though I have never tested one versus the other, my thought would be that you would definitely want insulated for a cabinet smoker. Rolling Stone Mechanic asks, what part of Colorado are you hunting? I will be in GMU 77. So I think that's near Pagosa Springs. But yeah, that's where I'll be. I've discovered that people don't willingly give up exactly where their hunting spots are, so I won't tell you exactly where I'm going to be, but that's the unit I'll be in. Lars Deb 1, what's your day-to-day job, or is the Mad Scientist BBQ your main source of income? So right now, main source of income is my company. So we do catering and private events, and we do pop-ups, and then we do the YouTube channel. And so basically barbecue is my job right now, which is kind of strange to have barbecue as a job. And it always requires some explanation if you tell people that you barbecue for a living. But yeah, that's what I do. And I also do some tutoring and stuff like that. I do that remotely. But yeah, so between those two things, that's how I generate income. Okay, now it's time to unbox some stuff that you guys have sent to my P.O. Box. And the first thing I'm going to show you is this strawberry guava wood. So these are wood chips. I've never heard of strawberry guava wood. It sounds amazing, but I'm willing to give it a shot. So this is from Hawaii, from Bacoa Farms and Forests. So I will definitely be using this in a future video and testing it out, because I cooked a whole bunch with hickory and mesquite and apple and cherry and oak and pecan and a handful of other woods too. This is one I haven't even heard of, so I'm excited to give this a shot. So stick around for future videos and you'll see this in action. Just a note from the back. It says, strawberry guava makes the perfect smoking wood. It has been compared to having the sweetness of cherry, the earthiness of oak, and the hardiness of hickory without being overpowering. What we hear most is that it is like an ideal blend of all your favorite woods, but better. Okay, now we got a package. This is from Rubs and More Inc. And I would guess there are some rubs and maybe some more in there. Let's find out. Let us see here. Cindy Lynn's Rubs and More. Whoa, okay. Dear Jeremy, we at Rubs and More would like to introduce you to our full line of Cindy Lynn's Rubs and More. These products have a proven track record, and we are excited to bring you 9 new rubs. Please enjoy the enclosed samples. All right. Oh, this is from Glendora, California. It's weird. I come to Kentucky and get something from California. Let's take a look at what they got here. Okay, Veggie Delight. Okay, now, here's the key. If you can make vegetables taste amazing, you are an absolute champion. And if this is going to make vegetables taste good, I'm probably getting way better shape. Oh, that smells really good. Let's see what's next. Ooh, I know I'm going to like this. Chili lime. It's like that, I think it's called tahine. It's that stuff that comes in a little bottle and people like put it on, I think people put it on fruit, which sounds crazy to me, but maybe it's good. I put it on other things. It really does smell like lime. Steak it. You can rest assured that I will steak it. Well, oink rub. Wonder what that's for. Probably chicken. Then we have Cowboy Joe. Has a bold campfire flavor with a hint of coffee. Perfect rub for beef, poultry, and lamb. All right, I'll try it. I love coffee. Voodoo rib rub. Okay, if this is like that voodoo rib rub that I had at the BBQ HQ that one time, it's going to be good. All right, I'm getting hungry. My mouth is watering because I want to try all of these and make a bunch of food. But this is not the video for that. If you guys want to send me anything that I can open on camera and then use in future videos, you can send it to my P.O Box. I'll put it in the description. And I hope you guys got some questions answered. And I look forward to getting back from Colorado and making more cooking videos. I have some cool stuff planned I think you're really going to like in the future. Some interesting things and some things that are going to be really applicable to the average everyday backyard smoker. I think are going to be really helpful. If you enjoyed the video, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and comment because it helps to feed the algorithm, helps the video. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you can follow me at Mad Scientist BBQ. I'll see you guys next time.